It's Pablo's Rap of the Week.
This month at Spirit Radio, we've been growing our moustaches, and we left it up to Tom Betts from Movember to decide who had the better mo, Seba or me.
To paint the picture, Pablo, what I've got in front of me on my computer is two photos. On the left-hand side, I've got a young gentleman who's sporting a lovely undercover brother mustache, so a nice big, thick one across the top lid, and he's got a very cheesy smile. It's almost sort of Freddie Mercury-like. As I open up the second image, okay, I've got a lovely handlebar, okay, it drops right down, looks fairly symmetrical, and it's a selfie. So he's turned the camera around, he's taken a photo of himself, which, you know, probably loses a few points, to be honest. Nobody likes a selfie too much. So, Pablo, I think, and I hope I don't offend you if it's not your mustache, but the guy with the undercover brother, he's got 4 other people around him pointing at the mustache, they're loving it, so whether it's you or the other gentleman, I'm not sure, but I think that mustache is the winner in my book.
You are welcome back on Spirit Radio any time you want, Tom Betts, because you have selected me. That's me.
Is it you?
And I like the fact you said a young bloke. I mean, I am going to edit that up and use that as a promo for this show.
Well, you'll be telling, everyone will think I'm getting kickbacks. So that's genuine. Had both photos there, and maybe the mustache takes a few years off you, Pablo.
Maybe it does. This week we found out the comedian Peter Rowsthorn is not an avid user of Twitter, and we had to read out his last Twitter post from November 2012. But this is what you wrote on the 9th of November 2012. You wrote, "About to jump back on the fart tube. Dirty ass 767 first world whinge could be on the bus." Can you please explain that?
Well, fart tube is it's my word for a plane.
Okay.
Because they're just dirty fart tubes. And the 767s, when you do the Perth run, I think I might have been going from Brisbane that day, is like a 5.5-hour flight. There's no telly on them, the seats are hard. and then, you know, I could have been catching the bus, so things could have been a lot worse. So that was the last tweet. You know, hey, that's not bad, but it just happens to be a long time ago. I just might retweet it today and wait another 6 months.
It's not a bad last tweet, but I think people, if they hadn't been to your website and they were just following your Twitter, they might conclude from that you'd actually died on the plane. And lastly, I needed Jude from Spirit Radio to help Jess and I solve a problem. Do you need to provide snacks before a barbecue?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the structure of things.
See, I disagree, because we were going there for...
Because you'd be an expert on the subject.
We were going there for the barbecue. Why do we need food before the food?
You always do, because you've got time to prepare the barbecue. You put out some nibbles so everyone can socialise and have something before the barbecue. And then, while you're cooking the barbecue, everyone's satisfied so they're not starving by the time you cook all that meat.
Now, in theory, that sounds good, but we only had a budget of $100.
Right, and you spend it all on meat?
Spent it all on meat. There was no money left to buy nibbles before the barbecue. Jess, furious. She wasn't happy. She goes, "When we get to this event, I'm telling everyone you were in charge." She didn't want a bar of it. She said, because if I was running the event, there'd be nibbles, there'd be cheese in it, but the budget didn't allow for that. And I just think it's silly to provide food before the food. Do you see my point of view?
No, absolutely not. How many people were at this barbecue?
8 people.
And you spent $100 on meat?
Basically.